Hello, this is Justin with Green Residential. So in this video, we're going to talk about unusual high water bills and what could potentially be causing that. Let's get started. Now, it could be the fault of the water company. They may have misread your meter, but before you go duking it out with your water company, you might want to do some homework and make sure that it's not an issue on your end. So to begin with, I recommend checking your plumbing fixtures like faucets. You want to make sure that they are turning off properly and that there's no running water. A few suggestions is checking hose bibs, kitchen sink faucets, bathroom faucets, underneath sink cabinets, tub spouts, and shower valves. Now, if you have other plumbing fixtures that are not mentioned in this list here, I recommend checking them to see if they're shutting off properly and that water is not running. Even if it's a small drip, over time, that small amount of water can add up to a large amount of water, and if you're paying for every single drop of water you use, well, that can increase your water bill substantially. Now, it could be possible that you have a broken pipe somewhere. If you have a broken pipe, say underground, you may see a wet spot on the surface of the ground that never really dries out. If you have a broken pipe, say in your walls or your ceiling, you would likely see evidence of that water in wet drywall on the wall or on the ceiling. There should be evidence of that water leak somewhere. If you don't see any visible signs of water running from any of your faucets or plumbing fixtures, what you can do is make sure everything is off in the house and go to your meter box. Now, not all meters are the same, but they usually have a method to show you if water is currently being used in the house. Now, there are different types of meters. If you're unfamiliar with how to read your meter, you can look on the internet. You might find helpful advice there, or you can call your water company and ask for an explanation. In this meter, we have three different methods to show water usage. There's this little wheel that spins when water is being used. There's this larger dial that turns when the water is being used. And then there are the numerical digits that increase when the water is being used. So if there is no water being used in the house, none of these dials should turn. Now, this little wheel here, it's a little deceptive. It can move back and forth when the water's not being used. But in general, the dial should not be moving and the digits should not be turning. If all the faucets are off, the plumbing fixtures in your home are not using any water, you have no evidence of leaks, yet your meter is showing water usage, chances are that the problem lies on your end. At this point, I would focus on the toilets. Toilets can be a common cause of a high water bill. And the reason why is that they can leak, but you won't know it. They will basically be leaking from the tank into the toilet bowl. So you won't see evidence of a leak like on the floor, anywhere like that. So normally when you flush the toilet, water will go from the tank into the toilet bowl. But you should see after a minute or two, water stop going into the toilet bowl. You can verify that it's stopped if you see no ripples on the surface of the water in the toilet bowl. Also, you'll see no water flowing down the sides of the toilet bowl. So what happens is you typically will flush the toilet, the flapper lifts up. Now, for some reason, either the flapper doesn't go down like it should, or it does go down, but it doesn't create a good seal. So water is continually leaking from inside the tank, getting past that flapper and going into the toilet bowl. The other common problem is the fill valve. So the fill valve basically turns itself on when the water level drops to a certain point. That happens when you flush the toilet. So it turns on and it lets new water come into the tank. There is a float that rises with the water level of the tank. Once it reaches a certain point, it should turn off. A fill valve that is faulty will not turn off, so water will continue to rise and it will go into this tube right here. So water will continually pour into there, and that tube will allow that water to flow into the toilet bowl. So if you have a faulty fill valve, that will need to be replaced. So if either the fill valve or the flapper is faulty, it's just going to allow water to flow into the toilet bowl, which will mean the water in your tank needs to be replenished. So this just causes the water to continually to run, and in the process run you up a substantial water bill. So the clues are water continually flowing into the toilet bowl. You'll see ripples on the surface of the water. You'll see water streaming down the sides of the toilet bowl. Another clue is you may hear the fill valve in the toilet kick on at random times during the day to fill the tank. So if no one has flushed the toilet and you hear the tank being filled, that's a good clue that something is wrong. So if you do have a leak, the easy way to stop the water from flowing is just to turn the water off at the shutoff valve near the toilet. The same is true to any faucet, such as a kitchen sink faucet or a bathroom faucet. Underneath the sink should be a shutoff valve for that faucet. Of course, the real repair is to replace the faulty parts, but at least this can stop the water from flowing. Well, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, it'd be much appreciated if you hit that thumbs up button. You know, we put out videos like this on a regular basis. They include house knowledge and simple repairs that many homeowners can do themselves. I'm so glad you caught this video. I hope you catch my next one. Have a great day, and bye for now.